There is budget being wasted in almost every Google Ads account right now. Most audits find maybe half of it. Not because the specialist is bad, because the review process has a ceiling. Uploading random reports to Claude or ChatGPT creates a lot of guesswork. You get generic advice that sounds smart, but does nothing. Manual review across many different reports misses patterns. I build a workflow that connects everything before Claude touches the data. Alright, buckle up and let me show you the full workflow. Before I get into the details, let me show you the blueprint. At the top is your Google Ads account. Below are the scripts. They pull every data domain from your account, which means this script pulls campaign data. This one is ad group. This one is search term report, keywords, location, devices. Then there's a second layer. A few reports that I download manually, auction insights and change history, plus a business context document where you define your actual numbers, your CPA, your LTV, 12 months CPA, LTV, AOV, break even, your business context, what your business is about. All of that goes into Claude or ChatGPT with a specific prompt. The prompt does two things before any analysis starts. It builds validation criteria and checks statistical significance. That means every recommendation is based on real data. No assumptions, no guesses. That's the structure. Here are all the findings that Claude found using the Opus model. The biggest bottleneck in this account right now is call tracking, and to be more specific, the lack of it. Google thinks every lead is a winning lead because the actual data has not been sent back to Google. Once the data gets uploaded, smart bidding will start optimizing towards qualified or closed leads, not just any call. So this is something I was expecting Opus to find, and actually I'm so glad that it shows in priority one list. What it means actually is that once you have a call tracking software, you can label the leads, and if it's qualified or if it's closed, you can assign value and it automatically sends it back to Google. Right now, I have to pull the report, I have to see the actual data, match the timestamps, the date, fill it out, and then send it back and then deal with all the errors because right now it's a nightmare. So once you have this system, it just $40 or maybe like $60 per month. It makes life so much easier. The rest of our recommendations are valid, but given the profit margin, there is no rush to act on them. For example, I can wait a little bit. So I blurred out some of the data so because it's active account. So for those search terms, I can wait a little bit. If it doesn't work, I would just allocate them to a different campaign and then try to create different ads before I mark them as a negative keyword. So the negative keywords is the last thing I do before I try everything to make them work. All right, so also this one can be skipped. The last one here, this is something also important to understand. All of those recommendations are recommendations. It's not the rules or something you have to do right away. Because for example, here, it shows that I need to do manual bidding, which is minus 50% on Saturdays. But actually, if you do minus 50% and you run smart bidding doesn't care about those bid adjustments. If you have a manual CPC campaign, those are important. So those are being treated as the signals and respected. But with a smart bidding, it just ignores it, and PMAX as well. And Claude also flagged some keywords that were performing well but had a low quality score. For example, here you see that it's a top keyword, but it has quality score 4. So it's been already fixed, and that was another great candidate for optimization. Everything else is okay. I can leave it as is. Also, I prefer to use both Claude and ChatGPT just to see different results. And now let me show you the actual implementation of the script and what happens after they run. Each script pulls one type of data: ad group, campaign, keywords, negative keywords, locations, devices, all of them. And all of it goes into one Google Sheet. Each report gets its own tab, as you can see it here. You see, it has all the metrics, all the tabs. I'm leaving the scripts in the description. Download them, copy them into your Google Ads account. If you have never added a script before, watch my Ngram video, or I'll show you here right now all the necessary steps, so you don't need to switch in between videos. The process is almost the same for every script. The first script takes about 5 minutes top. After that, most of the work is just copy and paste, and it won't take you like more than 2 minutes. First, create a Google Sheet in Google Drive. Don't forget to copy the URL. Use the same Gmail account connected to Google Ads. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Then open your Google Ads account, click Tools, find Bulk Actions, then click Scripts, and here click the plus button. New script. Let me show you the script here. Just copy paste, select all, then delete this thing and copy paste. That's all you need to do. And you need to repeat this step with all the scripts. There are 3 settings you need to understand. First, spreadsheet URL. So that's number 1. All you need is to copy paste your spreadsheet URL. That's it. Inside the quotes. Make sure you don't delete any of those, just inside. All right. Second, the days back. So here it has 7, 14, 30. So I prefer 30 for smaller accounts. If you have $2,000 and more per day, so you can try with the 7 days and 14, but with the smaller budgets, 30 days is perfect. It tells the scripts how many days of data to pull. The campaign filter, this one here, I prefer to use only enable campaign or only active campaigns, because if you pull all the campaigns, even the paused ones, deleted ones, the data will be mixed. So this filter exists just in case if you need all the data. But by default, it's enabled. So make sure all those settings are the same across every script. That keeps the data consistent. In case if you need custom range, there is one setting which is custom start date, custom end date with the format. And if you use this one here, you need to change, instead of rolling, use custom. So custom, it means it will look at those 2 rows. All right. After the settings are ready, click run. You see this authorized, don't click it yet. Just click run first because it will appear again. And click run without preview. All right. So now authorize appears. Let me just see this pop up here. Just click continue. Most likely to show the error. Yep, that's expected. Then click run again, and it should run it, and that's it. This script should write the data into your Google Sheet, and again, if you see an error, open logs, just click here, copy the error, paste the error and the script itself into Claude, and it can return a corrected version. If you can use the same process later if you want to add the new metric. Here's a great example of the error I just got by running this script. It says you don't have permission, even though I clicked authorize. Actually, I created this spreadsheet URL at different Gmail account. That's why it cannot send the data to that specific Gmail account, because it's not connected to Google Ads. So this is actually, it's a very common problem. So make sure your spreadsheet is created at the right Gmail account. You build this once per account, then the account sends the data automatically. That means fewer repetitive manual tasks. It also lowers the risk of missing something. And it saves a lot of time during account reviews. That is the reason to build this. Not because automation sounds impressive, because repetitive manual work creates a lot of mistakes. And make sure to download it in Excel format. You click here, download, and Microsoft Excel. On scheduling, here you can select how frequently you'd like the script to run. So I do it monthly or weekly. It depends on budget, depends how much data it accumulates. If you run monthly, make sure all other scripts do the same thing. So they will send the same data for the last 30 days to the Excel sheet. Every month, it'll run the script and override all the data from previous month. So it's going to be just one document. One of the most important document to fill out before you start any analysis. Without context, Claude can summarize the account, like your Google Ads account, but the analysis can miss business logic. It doesn't know anything about your business. So it'll guess, it'll make assumptions. That's what you don't want. It can flag a campaign with high cost per lead, even if the campaign brings the best sales calls. It can treat all conversions the same, even when some leads are clearly more valuable. That is why the context document comes before the audit. All right, most of this setup is automated, but I still pull three reports manually. Auction insights, assets performance, change history. Some reports have limitations inside Google Ads script, so these reports need to be downloaded manually. Manual download is faster and cleaner in this particular situation. Let me show you how to download them, and also make sure your date range is the same as scripts, because if you pull like 14 days and your script says 30 days, it'll become, less accurate. And to download this, go to campaigns, insight and reports, auction insights, and this is where you'll find auction insights report. All right, so the next one is assets performance. It's in the same campaign menu. Click assets and assets again. Make sure the data range is the same as script. Click download here. The last one is change history. So click that one, click change history, and click download. So now you got all three reports. That is it. This is the final part. This is the Claude interface. I just added all three reports, and actually I forgot one. All right, so now I added the spreadsheet, like with all the campaigns, all the accounts data, and also it has the prompt. I will add it to this video as well, so you can download it. And I just want to mention a couple of things. You can make the analysis stronger by adding more data to it. Add offline conversions if you have it. Also add Google Analytics data, CRM data, call tracking, landing pages saved in PDF file or screenshots, but PDF is much easier. Google Search Console data if it's installed. And the more complete the data is, the better the audits gets. All right, so this is the prompt. First, it builds validation criteria, and also it makes sure your files are not empty and they are submitted and they have tabs. So those are important before any analysis starts. And then it will analyze all the budgets, all the keywords, negative keywords, ad copies, bidding strategies, auction insights, blind spots, and unknowns. And it'll also show you the final view of all the recommendations, and I already showed you that. I also run this prompt in ChatGPT just for comparison, and sometimes I see some different data, some different angles. Treat the all outputs as signals, not instructions. Some findings will be super useful right away, so right away you can make changes. Some findings will be okay, kind of doesn't make much sense, and some of them will be wrong for sure. Claude doesn't know every detail about the account. You still need to decide what actually matters and what doesn't make any sense. That's the full workflow. After this video, create just one script. Don't use any filters, just copy paste your spreadsheet URL and paste it into the script, and then copy paste the script to the scripts section in your Google Ads account and see the data. That's number one step. Everything else will be so easy once you finish it. In the future videos, I'll show you more automation that will save you tons of time and make the work more enjoyable. All right, ciao, ciao.